Hi there, in this video I'm going to share with you 5 things that you need to know about singing, and at the end I'm going to share with you a bonus tip. There are a lot of myths around singing and there are a lot of misunderstanding really about singing, what it entails, who is able to be a good singer, who's able to make it, whatever that means. So the first thing to remember about singing is that it's a skill, and a skill means it's something that you can learn even if you don't feel like you have a natural talent for singing. Now, I'm from a family of amateur musicians. My mum and dad both sang for fun. My dad played guitar very well, and members of my mum's side of the family all played some instrument or sang at some point for fun. None of them were professional singers apart from my granddad. My mum's dad was a professional singer back in the 1940s, 50s and 60s, so a really long time ago. He actually died at the end of the 60s, and so that's why his career didn't continue. On my dad's side of the family, there are a couple of musicians. One of my cousins is a semi-pro musician, but we're not really a family of professional singers. Now, I was able to sing as a child. I was, able to hold a tune. I wasn't a particularly good singer, and as an adult, I wasn't a particularly good singer, but I was able to hold a tune. I always sang in choirs and always took the lead at school and all that kind of stuff. But I was actually more of a dancer. I wasn't really a singer, I was a dancer. And I became a singer in the year 2000, having had singing lessons for about 6 months. They were a present from my then husband, but I hadn't thought about being an actual singer, as in making money from singing, at any time before the age of 24. Okay, so now I've been singing for almost 25 years. The second thing to remember about singing is that there is no quick fix. I get lots of people asking me, Carrie, I do like singing and I can hold a tune and I'm a pretty good singer, but what can I do to improve my singing? There's no way that I can answer that, A, without hearing you sing, and B, without giving you a whole list of things that you need to do. So there's no one quick fix. Now, I do have some videos that give you tips about how you can sing better today, or how you can sing better relatively quickly and effortlessly. But the caveat with that is that that's just one thing that's going to help you improve one area of your singing. So if you do want to improve, you need to know what it is that you want to improve, where you are now, and have an idea of how much you would like to improve, because it's like, how long's a piece of string? People always say to me as well, oh, how long is it going to take me to improve? Well, it depends on all of those things. Where you are now, where you want to be, how much commitment you're going to make to your improvement. It's a marathon rather than a sprint. And like any skill and like anything that's worth learning, it's going to take time, it's going to take patience. The third thing to remember about singing is that it's actually pretty simple. There are simple concepts within singing. So the overarching techniques are actually pretty simple. It's understanding how they work and getting to grips with it. That is the tricky parts. My how-to videos, I do give you the actual step-by-step of how to sing like this, how to perform this technique, how to develop this style of singing. If you feel overwhelmed about learning how to sing, then as I said before, decide what it is you would like to learn and then take it from there. And if you do want to have a chat with me about your singing, this is only for people who are very serious about singing and they actually are ready to take singing lessons. You can have a chat with me by booking yourself in for a singing consultation. You'll see that link in the description there. So what we'll do is we'll spend about 30 minutes together. We'll have a chat about where you are with your singing, what your singing goals are. We'll make some silly noises. I'll listen to you sing and I will give you some feedbacks and some overview, some feedback of where you are and what you can do to improve your singing. And then if it's the right fit, then we could be working together in a couple of weeks. But as I say, this is only for people who are very serious about wanting to move forward with their singing and take singing lessons. The fourth thing to remember about singing is that training your voice is just like training your body. You have to start at the beginning. There's no point trying to sing a Celine Dion song if you find it difficult to sing in tune. There's no point trying to sing a Beyonce song if you find it difficult to belt. Don't run before you can walk. Start at the level that you're at. What you want to be doing is working on songs that you enjoy singing that are a little bit challenging, but not too challenging that you find it demotivating. You want something that you can kind of nail within a few weeks. Start at the start, take your time, build up your skill set and train your voice at the rate that you need to go at. Now, if you are serious about singing and if you're a singer-songwriter as well, I do have a very exciting event coming up. I've got a free songwriting workshop coming up. You'll be able to find the link either in the pinned comment or in the description. So if you want to start writing songs, or you're already writing songs but you're getting a bit stuck and confused about how to move forward, or maybe you've been writing for a while and you've got writer's block, then come along to this free event. It's an online event. You'll find the link in the pinned comment. Just click that, book yourself in. As I say, it's a free workshop. You're going to learn everything that you need to know about how to get started or how to undo writer's block so that you can become a more confident songwriter and get more enjoyment when you are writing songs. The fifth thing to remember about singing is that there is no replacement for proper vocal technique. Now, you may be someone, or you may know some people who just sing naturally beautifully and they've never had any training. Now, if someone sings very well and they've never had training, it's likely, it's not 100% guaranteed, but it's very likely that they've actually picked up some bad habits, and were they to go to a voice coach, that their coach would actually pick up on some unhelpful habits and some things that they're not quite doing right, unravel those and give them some tweaks that will actually help their voice become either stronger or more powerful or more controlled. It's very difficult to train your voice by yourself. Now, I do have a couple of videos about how to learn to sing by yourself. But I always recommend that if you're very serious about singing, i.e. you want to make some money from singing, or you're going to record, or you want to become a professional singer and make it your career, it's very important that you take some proper training from a trained, experienced and qualified voice coach. The bonus tip that I mentioned at the beginning of the video is about your voicing. So the voicing is whether you're a bass, a baritone, tenor, or an alto, contralto, or a mezzo-soprano, or a soprano. Now, it really doesn't matter. A lot of my singers, I work with a lot of women, they want to be sopranos. If everyone was a soprano, music and songs would sound rubbish. They would sound absolutely rubbish because everyone would be singing in the same range. There would be no layers, there would be no textures. It would be boring. And if all the men were tenors, it would be the same thing. It would just be boring. So we need a contrast and a variation in the different ways that people sing and in the different voicings. Unless you're a classical singer or you're working in musical theatre in a professional choir, i.e. a choir that gets paid, it's unlikely that you even need to know what your voicing is. You probably don't need to know whether you're an alto or a baritone. Now, if you do, it's handy to know, because when the composers and the arrangers come to arrange the harmonies, that's why they'll need to know where to place you in terms of which line that you sing, whether it's a melody or a harmony line. But if you're someone who just enjoys singing, it doesn't matter. If you can sing those low notes, make them beautiful low notes, make the whole of your range beautiful. And it's not that sopranos are better singers than others. All it means is that their vocal range tends to be higher, and the problems that brings is that often they're not able to sing a lot of songs because they can't reach the lower notes. Your voice, whichever range it falls into, is just as important as all of the others, and no voicing is more important than the others. We need all of them. I trust this has helped you to understand more about singing and to make some more educated decisions about how you go forward with your vocal training. I'll see you in the next video. Stay hydrated. Ciao!